Hey, Rhythm Guitar Rockers. This is Mark Turco from rhythmguitarlessons.net, and today I'm going to show you part of a live stream that I did with my friend Deanna De Cabarrus from songwritinglessonsonline.com, and we were discussing how to prepare to play live. Deanna asked me, what do? I gave my opinions and my insights on that, and then she also gave us some really great insights on how she prepares to play live also.
Um, do you, Mark, have any suggestions for how people might bridge the gap between working on these things at home and then being able to do this consistently live? So when we're at home, we have kind of quite a controlled environment. We might be able to do things again and again. We're not distracted. We can hear things quite clearly. When you're playing live, the sound is different than how it is in your house. You've got lots more going on in terms of stimulus. You've maybe got more jobs to do because you're trying to um, communicate with the audience and also remember what song's coming next and also play that song and also get all the words and the chords right. And then you're being distracted by, maybe what's happening. These people are there talking, or those people are waving, or something's happening at the bar. So you've got lots more stimulus. Do you have any suggestions for how people might be able to bridge that gap between home and performance? I have a slightly selfish agenda asking this because I frequently find that I play things faster live. And I've taken to getting a metronome on my phone and putting metronome markings on my set list to just give myself a quick kind of before I start a song in order to combat that. But you may have better suggestions than that. And if so, I'm eager to hear them.
Yeah, if I'm preparing to perform, it doesn't matter if I needed to learn a song today and I have to play it tomorrow. Um, First, I would just learn how to do it with my full 100% concentration. And at home, the way I would prepare for all the distractions that you have during a live performance is I would make things as difficult for myself as possible at home. So one way that I do that is I try to play without looking at my hands. And sometimes it's impossible not to, you have to, but I see how far I can go without even looking at the instrument. So now I'm no longer using my eyes, I'm using my sense of touch to execute it correctly. I will also, if I'm in a situation where I'm playing in an ensemble, I will practice where, let's just say it's just, some artist song, and I will play along to that artist song, and I will make the music that I'm playing along to be much louder than my guitar. And then I'll do the opposite. I'll turn my guitar up louder than the music so I hear my guitar primarily and just very little of the music. You can also practice in a situation where it's very dimly lit because you don't know what type of environment you're going to be in. You could also just stand in front of bright light, white light, and just be blinded and have to figure out, what does that feel like? What do I have to do? What kind of accommodations do I have to make in order to be able to execute this correctly? So, if you're somebody like me who wears a hat, maybe you spin it around, you kind of pull it down like that. I mean, in a live situation, you really need to do whatever you have to do to make it happen. But if you could simulate all the possible obstacles that you're going to have in addition just to executing the song, at least, even if you're not perfect at it, at least it won't be the very first time that you encounter it during a live situation. So you're too loud, you're too soft, it's too dark, it's too bright. I mean, you could stand in the corner of a room and have not much room to move because you might be crammed on stage and you can't even turn. You have to stand still like a statue. You never know. So anything that you could possibly dream up is probably good preparation for it.
Yeah.
So do you practice your, let's just say you're performing another artist song. Do you practice your songs without your guitar?
I do. I kind of try and remember. I basically, like, let's say I'm on the bus or something like this. I might listen to the song and then visualize where I am in that part of the song. And I think
Exactly.
that's it kind of takes a certain amount of concentration, but it
Yes.
really helps you with this idea of depth of knowledge.
Yes.
And I think depth of knowledge is a super useful concept when it comes to evaluating how can I think about my skills in this particular area of guitar playing? How can I think about how well I know this? How well I know that? How well I know the other thing? Because once you start having the idea that your depth of knowledge might have several layers, and one layer kind of further down here is, can I do it with my eyes shut? And one level down here is like, can I visualize my hands moving? Well, when you do that, your brain as far as your brain is concerned, it's like you're actually playing it.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
not to put too fine a point on it, I can't do the 5 hours of practice in a row that I could manage when I was 25 without incurring some serious,
Yes. Right. Right. And that's why I brought that up, because I know that you do it. So getting back to the whole, how do you really know something better? How to learn how to know something better. If you can practice without your instrument, if you could visualize what you're doing, you could use a lot of downtime that you don't have a guitar available to you. And like you said, your brain doesn't know the difference. So you're going to know this even better as far as execution goes. Now, because you know it on a deeper level, you could introduce the the groove, the dynamics, all these other little things that make a big difference that you didn't focus on. That's one really good way to learn something on a much deeper level, is to practice it without your guitar. If you like that video, you're going to love this brand new e-guide that's totally free. The link is in this video's description, or you can go to rhythmguitarlessons.net/capital P, lowercase r, lowercase o.